Hey, Museum of Waxworks, let's go.
Yeah, it is clearly Madame Tussauds.
Jeez, okay.
Ah!
Oh, hello.
The second one is just people. It's not.
What is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes. Why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murderers. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight. They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Bruno? Shocked?
Is that Rhodey Beats scarf?
It does look like
it looks like it, doesn't it? Wax models? Ah! I've read about dead bodies and wax ones in a magazine about strange phenomena. Not this again. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn to wax apparently. It's called what? How do you pronounce that?
To Google.
Adipocere.
Adipocere.
Okay, cool.
I was right. All right, cool.
Okay.
Adipocere.
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Bruno. You're scaring me. Anyway.
Because of the adipose.
Adipose. Adipose doesn't really... I didn't get to read that. Ah! What now? I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena.
Stop reading so many
Stop
magazines.
reading those,
Stop
yeah.
reading Paranormal Magazine Weekly.
There was an old lady,
conspiracy theories.
maybe a witch who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
And the balloons had cramp trails.
None of the exhibits in here are real. Are you sure?
And the gays
One
are
of them's gonna
ruining
start
Britain.
moving right now.
And he has the godmother, the angry godmother has big tits.
I was gonna say she kind of hot though.
Yes. You're all entirely man-made replicas.
Maybe we should hear her out.
They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them.
Hold up, let her cook.
One of them's gonna
Let
get
her
up
cook.
and walk away right
Literally.
now. There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic. Right? And they're all such gruesome scenes. So gruesome.
Why did that guy did not help the lady?
He even has a gun.
Wait. What is it? Oh no. I must be seeing things. Wait a minute.
That's new.
Y'all, give me a hand here, will you?
High five.
More like low five.
Down low.
Is this an
Too
arm?
slow.
Looks like an arm, doesn't it? Maybe one of the Waxworks models has fallen over? You don't think it could be the work of one of the mass murderers in here, do you?
Is the body double gonna be a wax model?
Rudo, stop scaring me. Is it a wax arm or a real one? Come on, you're always pointing that finger of yours and quite... Poke that arm and see how it feels. Objection! Or you're not gonna? Cool.
Poke the arm. I want to see the...
Statues available, please inquire.
No.
Please do not touch... Well,
wait,
not... They say please not to touch them.
Yeah, but that does mean that someone can buy a statue.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That big heavy curtain is in a very prominent position, isn't it? I have a nasty feeling there's going to be something truly terrifying behind it. Oh yes, that's the famous Tusspells special exhibit. It depicts one of England's most notorious killers. Do you want to pay the extra fee and have a look? Pay more money to be even more terrified?
Yes.
Let me think about that for a moment. It was only a suggestion.
I want to see the Spook DLC.
I want to see too.
Spook DLC.
No,
I'm
ignore
not
that.
gonna look at that. I want to look at mommy. Is this some infamous murderer? Yes, called Jane the Ripper. All the victims were young women.
What is the difference from the other guy?
I knew it. You could tell by the way she's holding that knife. sure sign of a murderer. Well, yes. Oh! What's the matter, Runo? I've worked it out. I know what she's doing. She's trying to fill that bathtub with blood so she can have a soak in her victim's gore. Not according to the information about the exhibit on the little board here.
There's a plaque.
There's the plaque. Doesn't mention anything about the bathtub. Really?
Why?
Why is
Sorry.
there a bathtub,
I
though?
don't think it's significant. It's a very insignificant bathtub, eh? I think it has to be there for a reason. Is there anything in there? Can I check it? No, I cannot.
Can we see the plaque?
Can we see the plaque? No, that's the entire thing, apparently. Well, that's it.
What about the woman?
She do look very pretty, though. Oh,
What
no.
about the lady who's about to get
No,
hit?
it's all one big thing.
Okay. So
well-
if that's Jane the Ripper, what is the guy that's clearly looking like Jack the Ripper?
Oh, you mean this guy?
Yeah.
True.
I want.
That's Jack the
yeah.
Ripper.
Yeah, that's Jack.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at here real quick?
Yeah.
Before we do that. These models are so well made. I can tell what's a waxwork and what's a real human. I want to say the guardsman is probably a real guy.
I'm gonna say that the guy is also a real guy.
Or maybe
They are actually
all the
rendered.
exhibits are real people. And when it's closing time and all the visitors have come home, they suddenly start moving about. Ugh. Just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already and I was on my way home.
Oh, okay.
No? Okay.
All right.
Well,
Nothing.
I
here.
missed.
You missed
There we
the
go.
shoe.
Oh, that's a funny place for a little ladder.
Oh, check that out.
That's what I was gonna look at.
Yeah.
What is it? Is something wrong? No, it's just that in Japanese we have a totally different word for a ladder that folds in half like that. We do in English too, you know. It's a step ladder, or just steps. So be careful of making assumptions about other cultures, you know. It's a wars have started. But I didn't realize step ladders were an international point of contention. But the writer makes an astute point.
The writer.
Hello. Ugh. Is this an example of Western Tsujigiri? I think that's called a stabbery. I don't know what that is. Do you
Same.
know when an unscrupulous samurai randomly attacks a passerby to test the sword? I still don't know. No. But actually, a waxwork samurai would probably be hugely popular. I agree.
Yep.
Could you model it, do you think, Bruno? Doing that Tsujigiri
Actually-
thing you mentioned? You got the sword already.
Actually, it's gonna. A samurai would just be the armor. You wouldn't need to make it out of wax unless you show the face.
That's true, I suppose. Well, I do have a sword, but I have no intention of testing how sharp it is on a human sound checks. For now, at least. Oh, okay. Well,
so completely ignore the.
well, I
Jack-
guess we looked at
What
everything.
about the
Okay, we
little
get.
board say anything?
Let's
Sorry,
go
what?
What about
away.
the little plaque? Does the plaque say anything?
No, that's,
Oh.
that's
no,
probably the entire.
That is a
man.
knee. That is a knee.
It's the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Mr. Holmes has his own wax statue in here, really?
Look at him ignoring somebody getting killed.
Well, he's world famous after all. It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? Makes my skin crawl to look at it.
You look so
I know.
horrible.
But look, Bruno, you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't move a muscle. The- you can't go around kicking the exhibits, Iris. Wait. It just moved and jerked. And not just a little bit either. Exactly. Really? Did it?
Yeah, it's,
Look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model.
boom.
And with his eyes.
Jump scare. Oh.
Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look, there's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing.
My dear fellow, I take exception to your recording in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent.
Well, I did look at you, to be fair. Mr. Holmes, I knew it.
Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo.
Temporary waxwork? What do you mean?
And the kick, could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winked at me!
But Runa has something he needs to ask you.
Oh, a question?
And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So here we are.
Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that. And my great brain upon which all my success has been built would have turned to wax.
Thank goodness we arrived in time.
Indeed. In many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Oh, Hurley.
What the fuck?
You do like to talk nonsense, don't you? You could know something is true about Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him. His parents died.
Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? For your in luck, I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing.
Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry.
And my eyes don't deceive me. I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken.
Were you talking about that arm there? Really?
Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that is related to the matter about which you have come to me now.
But how could it be?
We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow. But for now, I must return to my work.
My planet needs me. What? Back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? Is he undercover or something? Wait a minute.
Covers.
I'm
I'm a lawyer.
a lawyer. Mr. Sholmes, about this.
As you will see, I'm rather busy at the moment. If there's advice you seek, come to my office tomorrow and I shall be happy to help you. Shall we say, 4p per item as a consultation fee?
That's 2 hours of gas, that is. What is this place?
Well, I'm bored. Madame Tusspells came to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened this little Waxwork Museum last year, it's enjoyed great popularity in London.
There are museums like this in Japan too, but these displays are something else. I mean, they aren't made from actual real people, are they?
The extreme realism of these Waxworks models is a particular secret of the Tusspells family, they say. They are renowned during the French Revolution for waxworks of the victims of the guillotine.
Ugh. That sounds grim.
The gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism in the expressions of the faces of the condemned.
Apparently, the sculptors would make the models directly from the corpses right there at the site of the executions. That really turns my stomach.
Yeah, yes, tragic. Anyway, that's just one of several legends about the Tusspells family. Whether there is any truth in it, I couldn't say. But anyway, this museum houses models of famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular area of the museum by quite some margin is this House of Horrors.
House of Horrors?
Of course, visitor numbers are dwindling now as a result of the Great Exhibition. But people usually flock here to see the exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Naturally, most of the miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows. So they're even stiffer now than the models of them!
Have you heard of poor taste?
They felt the public live of poor taste. They yearn to be shocked.
So the hideous exhibits in here are... They're all portrayals of real events that actually took place. Is it just me, or did the temperature in here just seem to drop?
Anyway, I advise you to not think too deeply about what you see here.
Oh, he's back to being waxwork, is he? Hello.
Temporary waxwork.
What do you mean by temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes?
Exactly what you see. I'm bored now. I'm part of the exhibits here, catching these criminals in the act.
Huh? Catching them?
Every half an hour, I home in on a different killer in one of the displays and adopt a new pose to ensnare him.
What?
When members of the public come for a closer look, I offer them my hand to shake.
Naturally, they'll scream in terror and run away.
He's basically Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean, right? For shilling, I'll happily allow them to take a photograph with us.
Us? Does it mean him and the Waxwork murderers in here? But why, Mr. Sholmes?
My buddies.
See, I need money for rent.
My dear fellow, isn't it obvious? For the money!
Of course.
Capitalism.
He really roared at me there. Very fitting for the House of Horrors.
As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent. And I have the ravenous iris to consider.
Oh, early. So hungry.
If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do your bit, Mr. Naruhodo.
What's he threatening to rope me into now?
So, with that in mind, how about a photograph? As a special treat, you may have your pick of the murderers and scoundrels in here. The choice is yours.
I'll take the lady. Maybe some other time. God damn it.
Remember, Mr. Naruhodo, ignore me at your peril.
Back to being waxwork again. Is it just me, or did this final remark that sound a lot like a curse? Hey, I had something to ask you, by the way. No? Yes?
What is it like to ask me then? Out with it.
Actually, it's about Lord Renzi.
Who? Our friend, Mr. Reaper. How'd you find
What
him?
you talking
Well, I
about?
trust.
Who the fuck that? Who the fuck that?
Holmes? Holmes?
And so I filled Mr. Sholmes.
And so I did exposition.
And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I'd learned. About Lord Renzix, about Professor Hairbrain, and about the strange coincidence that they had been at university together. So I'm wondering what it is, or what it was that happened to make Lord Renzix such a different person. I was sure that you'd know, Hurley. Maybe you were involved in that case? Isn't there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before? That something was afoot? And that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about? Yes? No? Maybe? Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly clammed up.
Well, it seems we've reached the end of it.
Greetings! Who the hell is that?
The man with the mustache. No.
Oh, hello.
Oh!
Hello. Where does she appear from? RPG?
Yeah.
You're up. And what's she wearing?
I know.
Could she look any more mysterious?
Could she be any more of a mystery?
Oh, hello.
Hey!
I hope you are appreciating my museum.
I sure am.
I am now.
Have we? Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again.
My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tusspells.
Actually, can I try something?
What?
My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tusspells. This is my Museum of Waxwork.
What?
Okay.
You're the Madame Tusspells?
Bien sûr. Though only 26 years young, I might add.
Is that significant somehow?
I'm a madam in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi.
Right.
Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks. Or rather, one waxwork in particular.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll be Mr. Jones then.
I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Ugh. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble.
Ha ha ha. She sounds deadly serious. That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Jones about Lord Rensigs now? Let's not forget about what Hurley said before. About something being afoot. Right here in the museum, I mean.
So is he actually working for her?
Yes, I know, but I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here. Haven't we got enough on our plate already? Hello?
I'm a lawyer.
Exactly. Madam, there's something I'd like to show you.
Yes. What is that? I remarked on it to myself immediately, and I've been very curious since.
You are? Ah, well, it's actually the mark of a defense lawyer in the Empire of Japan.
Oh, quel dommage. Not quite as interesting as I'd hoped.
God damn it. Not exactly where you're expecting from an armband. Have you seen my sword, though? Have you read the paper? Can I show you this?
Let me grab my magnifying glass. Oh, how fascinating. Is this made of wax?
No, it's paper. It's the newspaper, not the news wax. No, sorry, it's a piece of evidence.
Why would you want me to show me this?
She can only wax lyrical about wax, is that it? Well, sketch? Nope. Do you know this? Nope. How about this? Nope. Well, it was worth a shot. You never know when to get fancy dialogue. Hello? The Waxworks. Did you make all these Waxworks, Madame Tusspells?
I did. I am the third generation Waxworks artisan, you know?
Gosh.
It was my grandmother who began the tradition in my family. Her fortune was checkered. I don't know that word. Living through the turbulent times of the French Revolution as she did. So, that is when she acquired a savoir-faire that leads to the astonishing life likeness.
All these Waxworks really do look as though they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley.
What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. All the waxworks here were created in the presence of the real people of which they are modeled.
Interesting.
In the hours immediately following their executions. That is the secret to the extraordinary lifelikeliness.
That sounds terrifying.
All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade per excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. My exhibits are a reflection of society. I create only which the public wishes to see.
Why couldn't the public have wished for something less horrifying?
Do not fear.
Sorry?
This room is the only one in the museum with such a macabre theme. I do hope you will explore. There are models of famous singers, actors, politicians. Something for every taste, I hope.
It was Iris who dragged me straight in here, come to think of it. Sorry. Perhaps I should have eased you into things. What about the great detective Waxwork? Waxwork. What's the situation with that?
Ah, the fuckhead. My temporary Waxwork model. He approached me some days ago, you see, with a business proposal.
Oh, what sort of proposal? Jeez.
My dear madam, one of those sparse exhibit needs is the addition of a world-famous great detective.
Look, the policeman is missing from over there. Did you see that?
Yeah, but the mustache guy is still there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Oh, what's that effect?
Ah.
Naturally, I am very well aware that Mr. Sholmes is widely known in London as a talented detective.
It's great detective. Actually, he's very specific about it.
We're having a battle of sock themes, I see. Yes, the creme de la creme. So I was keen to come to some arrangement with him, of course. But, sadly, we were unable to agree terms.
Let me guess. Someone wanted to charge an exorbitant price for his services?
For a mere £500, I will dive into your collar of wax this very moment.
I'm
Sherlock Sholmes.
welcome to Jackass.
He would.
Or words to that effect.
No, he probably literally said that. Mr. Sholmes might have overdone it slightly with the sales pitch.
Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So, we came to the current arrangement instead.
Surely he doesn't need to do what he's doing though, does he?
I would think not, but he was very insistent. I have a 50 shilling problem that must be resolved by the morning. I would to that effect.
It's the pawnbroker, that's what it is. He must have something to redeem. Is the consulting detective work not going so well? Does he ever ask money for that? I wonder. I'm gonna ask you something. I am sorry, I did not mean to click that away. I'm just curious, is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps? I couldn't help noticing there was an arm back there. Is that a yes?
Lots of nuts.
Is that a we?
Whoever suggested such a thing to you.
The arm back there. Oh, well, it was, your temporary waxwork over there who mentioned it to me. Look. Oh, he just appeared.
A wax model is a work of art, not some tawdry object for trade.
There you are.
Leaving the exhibit again when you should be working. Do you wish to be melted down? My dear Madame Tusspells, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. The wax can wait. It's our ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead.
Oh, my cue.
Personally, I would advise you not to wait. Personally, I would advise you not to involve the police. Why ever not?
She's turned as white as a sheet.
Because you have at our disposal a great detective whose services you may employ for a mere 50 shillings. So, please be aware that I prefer, no, I insist in payment in advance.
Well, how pressing is the matter? Oh, very pressing. I see.
Very well.
Okay.
Let's see if the head detective is able to live up to his name. Shall we? Before I engage my analytical process, I must ask you to clarify something. What, pray, is behind the curtain? That is the Tusspells special exhibit. There is an extra charge to see it. Ah, the special exhibit in the House of Horrors. It must depict a special killer then, I presume? Would you be so kind as to draw back the curtain, I wonder? Ah, absolutely no. There is nothing amiss behind there.
Are you sure about that?
Nothing amiss, madame.
What is that then?
It has a thick thumb.
Mm-hmm.
What about the arm? Protruding ominously from under the curtain. Ah. I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies beyond, before the situation worsens.
Mm-hmm. What is the situation, though?
Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains, but only a soupçon.
Shar, it's your turn. Oh, he's muted. All right.
I must confess, I peeked behind the curtain earlier. Sorry. The Tusspells special exhibit is a very big graveyard. Scene indeed.
Hmm.
And yet, somewhat surprisingly, the Waxwork killing one would expect is nowhere to be seen. What does strike one, however,
Wait a minute.
is the portly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor.
That's one of the chores.
Is it?
Yep. Well, then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself.
I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's a perfectly ordinary London gentleman. Not even a waxwork, in fact.
Is he dead?
Wait, what?
What?
As carefully made as these waxworks are, they're always distinguishable from real Strongheart. So, allow me to present my true conclusion.
Okay.
I do like that bit we've been going with.
It's like every time you reset, you have to yell me a Strongheart.
Yeah, you have to yell most strong heart because you fucked up.
The first is that a sizable business transaction has been taking place in the special exhibit. What? Why would you say that? And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime. Ah!
She looks as pale as candle wax.
I don't understand. So, Madame Tusspells, as you agree to my fee, you shall not have the pleasure of seeing this famous great detective and temporary exhibit at work.
Wait, are we gonna do a logic and reasoning spectacular now?
Seems like it.
Yep.
Hey, let's go.
The foot is a game.
Exactly what you're doing right now.
Waxworks. Fate.
Let me get a sip of water.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
To begin with, we must ask ourselves what is happening afoot here in this museum. The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so heavily from your bag. In my estimation, some 200 pounds?
Those are some very heavy banknotes.
That is all my own money. So, what does this large sum of money reveal?
Where's she looking at? Nope.
Ah, Not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem, Madame Tusspells. Yes, the answer lies where your eyes now fall.
What?
The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by the public notice.
Sure.
Waxwork for sale. Your business has hit hard times, it would seem. In short, you sold the infamous killer, the centerpiece of your special exhibit, for the sum of 200 pounds. No. Now, let us explore the next curiosity which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you.
Mm-hmm.
She's so pretty.
I know.
Unfortunately, Madame, creepy secrets does not appear to be your forte. What dealt the man such a sucking blow was, of course, the 200 pounds.
Okay.
I doubt it.
It would appear that you twisted this gentleman around your little finger most effectively. What are you suggesting? Oh, she has a ponytail.
What is that hand
Yeah.
there?
A
Is
long
that
tail.
her hand, or that looks like that was wrong? What is that?
Oh, that
Oh yeah,
It
there's
looks
a
like- it
hand
looks like-
there. What the fuck?
it could be her, but it look a different color.
Yeah, and
I
it's
think
like
it's a wax hand.
twisted weirdly. So,
Yeah, it could be a wax hand she was carrying.
Mm-hmm.
He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of 200 pounds. Only when he came to hand the money over did it occur to him what extortionary amount he was paying. But the money was no longer in his hands. And the result, the scene we see before us. He collapsed in shock.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yes, the killer in the special exhibit fetched a killer price. We can only pray the gentleman's dreams are not plagued with regret.
All right. Conclusion: sold for cash.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Topic 2. Waxwork location.
The question that arises then is, what had become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider that problem for a moment. You cannot possibly. What immediately strikes about this conundrum is the young man standing over there.
Oh, it's just a dude.
I mean, yeah, and I think the guardsmen
Yeah.
too, because like all the other exhibits are like drawn as
Yeah, no.
backgrounds, and these are actual models.
Everyone that is rendered different is an
Yes,
actual
exactly.
Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only to observe his neckerchief. I have so many buttons to press. Such as the one by the policeman, a secret sign to fellow members of the force that a crime is being perpetrated. Yes, this young man is an undercover policeman currently investigating this museum. I know him well, in fact. He's Sergeant John Clay. What are you talking about? The man's quite a celebrity. He received triple accolades last year's policing awards. But we turn our attention to the young man sat before him, with a particularly unsightly visage. Oh, he bought from Brody B. There is like a little price
There's
tag.
a tag on it, yeah.
Oh, and it was made for him, so that's even sadder. I've been watching closely, and he hasn't moved a muscle. Almost, in fact, as if he was a waxwork. But you... Your reaction only confirms my suspicions, madame. I noticed it at once. Of course, observe!
For 3 pennies? Ugh.
Oh! The telltale sign that easily proves whether or not this old man is a waxworks is the obvious price tag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's stupid. I get what he's getting at.
Threepence, a tragically low price, you might say.
It's for the scarf, you dingus.
Yep.
No, perhaps he was going. The going rate for aging waxworks riddled with cracks.
Wow, rude.
Oh, wow. And yet, you sold it to the portly gentleman for an exorbitant 200 pounds. The sort of plucky behavior that's sure to attract the attention of Scotland Yard. Isn't that so, madame? I do not... Yes! The waxwork you sold has already been seized by the police and remains in their custody as we speak! The old man must be reunited with his grave in the special exhibit, and not a moment too soon.
All right, conclusion discovered already.
Let me just grab more water.
Mm.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle.
That one's too long.
Well,
I see I've stunned you all into silence.
you have, Hurley. You have. And you've obviously upset this young lady in the process. Her cauldron looks awfully odd. Not just her cauldron that looks odd. If I could just bring up one point, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, the notorious Naruhodo 1 point. I'm all ears, my dear fellow.
Objection. According to your deduction, then, the special exhibit featured this old policeman? So that would mean that he's the particularly ruthless murderer, wouldn't it? I pressed that too soon.
The killer policeman, Ottermole.
Sorry?
It was a mysterious series of murders that rattled the capital only last year. The police rushed to the scene every time, only to find the culprit had disappeared into the ether.
And it turned out the culprit was a policeman himself, a senior officer by the name of Ottermole. So you mean that's who the sinister-looking old man there is supposed to be?
I wonder what the number 139 means. Indeed, it's a particularly green face, is it not? Unforgettable, in fact. Yes, I remember that odious countenance only too well.
What, is 200 pounds a lot of money for a wax model?
It would be enough to afford one of the latest steam carriages, if that puts things in perspective.
So it's quite a lot then. Yes?
Is there anything else you'd wish to add? Before I met you down?
That bubbling wax is looking more and more ominous. No, the smell of all that molten wax is starting to worry me. Mr. Sholmes did more or less just accuse her to her face, so I think I might have to call in your assistance here, if that's all right. To make some minor corrections to the Great Detective's great deductions. Of course it's all right. We'll soon set things straight. Well, let's get started then, shall we? Before Madame Tusspells vents her anger.
Just what I was waiting to hear, my dear fellow. So,
I was waiting for you to correct my fuck-ups. Anyway.
With our agreement, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famous great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Let's go again.
Yep, it's a long one.
Yeah, what exactly is afoot here in this museum?
Money!
You don't have to reread the whole thing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to reread the whole thing, it's fine.
We've heard this whole thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, can you skip it? Because I can.
No,
I
I can't skip it. And I don't want to, but like we can like gloss over it, right?
I mean, what content are we gonna have while he's going?
Here. This thing
Artemon
right here.
Review. Ah, not as much as the involuntary grants you cast it would seem, Madam Tusspells. Yes, dance the light while your eyes now fall.
The sign!
The significance of 200 pounds is revealed by the public notary.
She definitely looked in this direction, it's true. But I'm not sure she'd sell any of her waxworks even for 200 pounds. Oh? She must pour her heart and soul into making them, don't you think? Over and above the wax. If it were me, I wouldn't sell them for anything. For that much money, I would. But it sounds like that makes me a bad person. Well, anyway. I wonder if the 200 pounds could have some other significance.
You must have bonked the guy over the head and stole his money.
Let's follow that furtive lens again and see if there's anything else that could explain it. Well, like...
Mr. Man. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, look in there. Look inside again. Look inside again.
Wait, oh, hello. Oh, hey. Note on the wall. Can I check it?
200.
Portly man.
I'm pretty sure it's that one. Look.
Yeah. It should be.
It just has 200 pounds
Hello?
on it.
What's that noting pin on the wall there? Oh yes, let's see. Dear Madame Tusspells, we've taken the prisoner from this room. What's a ransom note, is it? The price for a safe return is 200 pounds. Have the money ready by noon on 23rd of October. What? This is... It's just like the sort of thing that's left behind when someone is kidnapped. It's called a ransom note. And yes, it's a ransom note. Thank you, Iris.
Huh.
Exactly. A ransom note. Well...
Percent.
Ransom note.
Hey! we never had one of these with this costume on. Look at Chunos just hovering there.
Yep.
The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that ransom note.
Quite so. And we must congratulate these criminals on their inventiveness, abducting a waxwork. 200 pounds is no small ransom fee, yet you clearly intend to pay it.
The motoring collection has special importance, so I put it together all the money I have.
What? Why did I
Sorry,
just hear?
sorry,
Why
you
did
were
I just hear you
double-
twice?
Oh, really?
That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know why. And now you're not, so that's
Yeah,
odd.
yeah.
Anyways.
Weird, just for that line.
That's bizarre.
Anyway.
That was weird.
Anyway, it's already dead. The 200 pounds you have in your handbag is ransom money. Oh, I don't have anything. Now, let us explore the next curiosity which we are presented.
Who is the portly gentleman sat down so peacefully on the floor? You have it? Yes, Shar, wait.
So if the waxwork was kidnapped, where does that leave us in terms of... Where does that leave us in terms of who this man is? We could just ask him when he comes around. I think the point of this exercise is to understand the beauty of the deduction process, Iris. Yes, you're right. Hoodie's trying so hard, we mustn't let him down. Well, there's little doubt that he suffered a shock. That much seems clear. But in that case, what's Madame Tusspells trying to hide? Let's have a closer look around. Yes, let's. What about her third arm? Her third arm.
Hand of Madame.
Her third...
She smacked him with the hand.
She's actually holding something, huh? She
Hold
holding
it!
Hold it! This is just Madame Tusspells' right hand. Isn't it? Yes, it must be. I can clearly see her left hand after all. Yeah, but that's another left hand though. So does she have two? Does she have two left hands? Oh, but wait a minute. This is a left hand as well, look. Don't say such creepy things, Iris, please. And it seems very stiff, too. In fact, it's really hard. You mean... It's made of wax? Waxwork hand.
So you're listening to me twice here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
God damn it.
What was that? Did you find
I
it
wanted
out?
to have I was trying to make custom page for her. I was with voice mod, but I didn't realize that I didn't
Oh.
have it connected.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's boring. That's
man.
that's sad.
What do you mean? You want
I
to do
thought
something?
I had her. Yep, but not that extreme.
Okay.
Just
Well,
like
anyway,
a little bit more. Well, that's fine.
Waxwork hand.
Waxwork fan.
What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the waxwork hand.
Oh, they left the hand there. Like if you want to see the rest of it. Indeed, with a solid waxwork limb, one would deliver a substantial blow. How could you?
The hand protruding from the bottom of your cape. It ought to be a right hand, but closer inspection reveals that it is in fact, or that in fact, it's a left hand.
And somewhat masculine as well. In other words, it does not belong to you, madame. It is the hand of a waxwork model. Kia!
Very anime.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Some of the visitors of my museum can be troublesome.
So you just
Oh,
so you just
she
clock
does
them
use
over
it
the
as a
head?
weapon?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She
Well-
smacked him with the fucking waxwork hand to get the money so that she could get paid for the ransom that they stole her favorite waxwork from.
They meddle with the exhibits and cause damage.
So you mean that arm?
Yes, this gentleman saw fit to try to remove it as a souvenir.
Why?
Oh. Oh, I guess not.
Yeah, same.
No small keepsake.
Like taking a whole branch of a cherry tree when you go to view the blossoms. That,
Well, yeah, when there are two branches on the cherry tree.
exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I am afraid I had to teach the man a lesson.
You confronted the man and tried to take the arm back.
And the result, the scene we see before us. He was knocked unconscious. A point we may need to revisit later, but for the time being, we have our conclusion. Yes, the killer in the special exhibit has been kidnapped. Part 2, let's
In
go.
a way, yeah. Kidnapped! With an exclamation point. But where did it go?
Question there, right today, where I become a waxwork that changed hands. I'm kidnapped, but you're where? Let's go to someone. You cannot possibly. No, he can. All you need to strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing here. Who is this fellow? Find the answer.
We only need to object his.
According to Mr. Sholmes, the yellow neckerchief is a sign to other policemen that some crime is underway?
Way of communicating with his colleagues without revealing his identity, yes. It's a secret that's closely guarded by Scotland Yard.
That Mr. Sholmes didn't hesitate to give away.
Well, uncovering secrets is in any true detective's nature, of course.
Her sprite
Right.
is so cute.
Anyway, judging from Madame Tusspells' reaction to Mr. Sholmes' seduction, I think perhaps we might not have identified the man quite correctly.
Her sprite looks way more Mickey Mouse than the 3D model.
Right? Hello, it's the killer.
Is there murder? Show the stub.
Investigate it. Hello. What the? The man has a stub sticking out of his shoulder where his arm should be.
Wait, he was there in the flashback.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, well, no, it does make sense because Sholmes came in early today.
I thought he was there for like a couple of days already.
Well, that settles that then.
Right, this isn't a real person at all.
His entire arm's been ripped off from the shoulder down.
His arm's been, of course. That ties in with what we just found. No way.
Show the stub.
Haha. Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe his shoulder stub.
No such boneless human walks this earth. Of that I can assure you. In other words, the man standing here, the young Sergeant John Clay, is in fact defying all odds a Waxwork model.
I seem to remember that it was you who concluded he was a real person in the first place, Mr. Shons.
Shut up.
He has become quite a celebrity in London, being the winner of no less than 3 policing awards last year. I simply had to make a model of the man.
Naturally, what other explanation could that be?
And it was this detective's arm that was pulled off by the man on the floor in the special exhibit, was it?
Yeah. Max, the attention to the young man sat before him with a particular unsightly visit. The only cause movable muscle, almost in fact, as if he were a waxwork. Also, the red neckerchief around his arm. Pussy. The rats are only confirmed with suspicious of that. Notice at once, of course. Observe!
Is the obvious Chrysler.
A killer policeman called Ottermole, was it? Was he well known?
It was all over the papers last year. But I can't say I know what he looks like. It's a very low price, though. Weapons isn't much money.
Looks are a hidden emblem.
Only enough for a few measly hours of gas and Mr. Garrett's delightful lodgings, in fact. So this is the special killer taken from the special exhibit, is it? The waxwork that somebody stole from the museum and tried to ransom for £200?
They stole for like 4 feet away.
I think it's a policeman sleeping on the job. Is this crusty old killer policeman Ottermole, really?
Perhaps we should have a good look around and see if see if another idea crops up. Blech.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Oh, hey, hello.
Oh, hey, it's me.
Is he okay? Look at this. The old man's tapping his foot like crazy.
He seems to be fast asleep, though.
He's not tapping his foot consciously then? So you mean...
It must be a twitch.
Never mind that. The point is, waxworks don't tap their feet.
Or twitch.
And look at his arm, too. We've seen a scarf like that somewhere else around here, haven't we?
Here?
Yeah, this thing. You know, the secret
right.
police sign?
I don't believe it. It's a secret sign
Very
that lets other
secret.
detectives know some criminal activities underway.
Yes, it's a slightly strange choice of outfit he was trying to go unnoticed.
I thought he was talking about rolling beats.
He must be a detective disguised as a policeman.
Or a detective guised as a waxwork model of a policeman.
Doesn't look like he's clever enough to think of something like that, though.
Perhaps you should try to be a little more polite about him, Iris. Twitch.
Twitch! Stream.
The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious twitch.
The most realistic waxworks do not exhibit a twitch. In other words, the splendid old man is in fact a genuine member of the Scotland Yard.
Slight shift in your choice of adjectives then.
This crackly old man. And there you have it. Well, Madame Tusspells? But what? It was me who contacted the police and demanded that someone come in the first place. He's clearly fatigued. He's sound asleep.
Okay.
Sorry. When he zoomed to Naruhodo,
I was assuming that too, and then I noticed. Oh, but then what's this tag about showing a price of 3 pence?
No doubt the price tag of the muffler. It's the old Bobby purchased recently at a local market, Sag. And I presume you observed the scarf tied around his arm. Does that not strike you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, it does now. Yes! The secret sign! Used by detectives to show that some criminal activity is currently underway.
Of course, because as you know, there has been just such a criminal activity happening here. As you deduced from the very beginning, detective.
Yay! So it would seem that we finally arrived at the truth.
Uh-huh. The waxwork of the especially ruthless killer from the special exhibit has been kidnapped.
So
and Scotland Yard are already investigating. So the location of the thing is just, we don't know. But the model's whereabouts remain a mystery.
Yep.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great detection of this horrifying puzzle. I deduce that we don't know where it is. Cool.
Still a mystery.
Solved.
How dare you put the solved stamp on there?
we don't know.
We don't know.
Solved.
Finished.
Cool. Police in a nutshell. All sorts of people visit my museum here. Men and women, young and old. Sometimes laid off clean just for a short time on the way back from the pub. I welcome them all. But if anyone tries to damage my exhibits, I do not take it lightly. And you but. I love you. The great detection was even more enchanting than I had been led to believe.
50 shillings, please.
It was a pleasure, my dear madame. I'm gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. And as for your rough customer, I've no doubt he will regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me more is the waxwork from the special display. If he was indeed genuinely abducted. Yep, the body double in the case is a wax model. Yes, tragically it was. Then I will ask you to recount us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork.
See, now I wonder if Odious Man is actually dead, or if he just wanted to like vanish, disappear, right? Because he was in court just a month ago.
I mean, it's going to be difficult to keep a wax model as a corpse for
but we don't know the state of the corpse is the thing, right? They said the cage he was in actually got disassembled, so I don't know.
The thing is just a puddle.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know the state of the body.
Really funny.
I mean, we can tell what the fit, right, is once they're done with their investigation.
Yeah. We're probably gonna be in court and then see a picture of the scene of the crime.
Probably.
In as much detail as possible, if you please. Very well. But after I told you what I know, I must insist that you return to your work. The talents of a great detective could be put to better use, I feel. But as you wish. Okay.
Well, let's talk about it. Tell us more about the stolen waxwork, please.
It was some days ago, and I came here one morning. I immediately noticed that waxwork was missing from the special exhibit here.
Is it it is your most prominent display, so that's why the curtains were closed.
And I found the ransom note in this place.
The culprit must have broken in during the night and taken it then?
So this waxwork that was stolen, it was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose?
Of a particularly horrible criminal, in fact. It's a killer who left a more profound scar on society than any other, I would say. The Professor Moriarty!
Moriarty?
Let's go!
Not a name I've heard of.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, it seems the circle is complete.
Sorry?
The professor case happened at around the time I was born, didn't it?
Indeed it did, Iris. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital.
10 years ago?
Yes, exactly at the time that Barak von Zeeks graduated from university, in fact.
Did his parents get killed?
Ah.
What? Surely he's not saying...
So the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life?
As you've surmised, it was a professor case.
Who was this professor then?
It was a series of gruesome murders.
All the super serious music in the background about this super serious topic. There's a series of gruesome murders. It's just like... Oh my god. I was expecting it, but it still sounded so much weirder when I actually heard it.
They had all London grieved in terror decades ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested and put to death.
Oh, so not Moriarty. Now he's immortalized here in wax for all Londoners to admire and enjoy. He was. Though, of course, he happens to be absent at present on account of the abduction.
But I don't understand. How is all this related to Lord Van Zieks?
You must first understand, my dear fellow, why is it that the professor earned such infamy? It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitewall's finest.
What do you mean, Hurley?
Those murdered by the professor were some of the highest members of the British aristocracy. Members of the nobility, even royalty. He sent shockwaves to the country's administration.
Members of the...
Jesus, that's
Wait,
crazy.
of course. What Professor Harebrained said. Lord Van Zieks is from a family with noble blood.
Oh gosh.
It was the 5th victim that led to the professor's arrest. The last of the killer's prey was a young noble by the name of...
The name of...
Oh, sorry. Are you interested in that?
Clint Van Zieks.
Alright, so it was his brother.
No.
Or just his father.
I don't believe it. Van Zieks? Or his father, yeah.
He said young noble. He said young noble, so it was his brother.
Mm,
I'm sure you can piece together the rest for yourself. I did, and I thought he was a father. I forgot the young part. In
well,
the wake of his
There you
oldest
go.
brother's murder, the young Barrack pursued a career as a prosecutor.
well, he had his Batman moment, I guess.
And eventually became the Reaper we know and love.
I can't believe it. I had no idea Lord Van Zieks had such a tragic past. Of course, have you looked at the man?
Let me also guess.
Dude is an
The professor
alcoholic.
was
Of course he had a
Japanese.
tragic past.
Let me guess. The professor was Japanese.
Mm,
I would not be surprised.
Oh yeah, that would be
mm,
like his racism.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
I'm afraid that's all I can say of the matter for the time being, at least.
That's my guess, at least.
After all, I have work to do.
Not unreasonable to assume.
There's a Waxwork exhibit.
Of course.
I am afraid I shall have to excuse myself as well.
Oh, yes, of course. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involved you coming to visit me here. Who's that?
Oh, wait, I think that's me.
Is it?
wait,
no, it's,
never
it's
mind.
Van Zieks.
Oh,
Oh, it's both.
hello.
it's RPG and
Hey,
RPG.
Let's go.
Hey, nice. It's been too long. It really has. I'm delighted to see you, Barak. It's been 10 years, and here we are, maybe in a prison of all places. I can't forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Iceman. I just can't. I still can't believe it could happen.
Your suit is so form-fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow the court will decide. Yes, I found Eastern man acting for my defense. He seems reliable enough, though. It was an accident, a terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Looks at the camera.
I just warn you. Oh, I know. I've heard already. You're going to be prosecuting, aren't you? Yes. Since I returned to England, I've heard lots of stories.
I won the Blinky contest.
Mark, you really? What? Never mind. I know that you have my best interests at heart. My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else.
What?
Of course, I fully understand. Thank you, Barak. Until tomorrow, then. I'll see you in court.